Well, I did say that I would occasionally post videos which cover things that are a bit different to the usual stuff I do. Well, this definitely comes under that category. This wonderful machine is a Bell Punch Plus Adder, model number 509F. Now, the Bell Punch company was a UK firm. It was established in London in 1878, and in 1940 they established another company called the London Commutator Corporation to handle their calculator business. And this is the name on the manufacturer's label on this actual machine. And I'll turn it upside down so you can have a look. So there we go, that's the label on the base. It's still on there after all this time. Now, what's very useful about this information is that the London Commutator Corporation didn't last long on the nameplates. They reverted back to putting the Bell Punch company on the nameplates. So we know that this was made in the early 1940s. There were versions of this thing made from 1936, I think, right the way through into the 1960s, and there were tens of thousands of these produced. They were a very, very successful machine. So what is it? Well, as you probably gathered, it's a mechanical calculator, or more accurately, it is a mechanical adding machine. These were extremely popular, as I said, in that time period, and it was a very, very successful product. Now we'll close in on the top and the front a little bit. Now, the model numbers on these machines can tell you quite a lot. This is a 509/F, and that means that it has 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the F stands for farthings, which means that this machine can add up fractions of a penny, which also tells us that it's designed to calculate UK currency as it was in the 1940s, i.e. pounds, shillings and pence. Now, these machines, they were really flexible. Depending on the gear set installed, they could handle decimal currency as well as pounds, shillings, pound sterling, which is what this one's set up for. They could also handle distance in feet and inches, time in hours and minutes and seconds, and even weight in tons, hundredweight and quarters. So how does it operate? Well, the keys input the required numerical value, and each column has an indicator in the display register on the front here. So if I input 2 on here, it will appear in the column there. The only other control is this lever here, which is the reset for the display register, and that simply resets everything back to 0. And now the display register has these little flags that you can pop up, which help to separate out each one of the display register's columns. So all you're going to remember is we are adding up pounds, shillings and pence, as in UK sterling as it was in the 1940s. So this lot here, right, these first from the left, these first 5 columns are all pounds. So if we put a little flag up there, we know that all that lot, that's pounds. These 2 columns are shillings. So I'll put another, whoop, not that one, we'll put that one up, which separates those 2 out. And the last 2 columns are pence. So, well, I'll just demonstrate how it works. It's very simple. Basically, the pounds count up to 10. So we put 2 pounds in, 4 pounds, 6. Now, if we add another 4 to that, we'll make 10. This should reset to 0, and this one will increment by 1. So we'll add 4, and there you go. And all of these columns work exactly the same way. So that's the pounds, very, very simple. So we'll reset that. The shillings, now you have to remember that there were 20 shillings to a pound. So that's why we have 2 display on the register here for the shillings. So again, if we add up 3, that gives us 6, 4 will give us 10, and that's 10 as well. So if we add another 10, that will be 20 shillings. and that should then reset this and increment that one, which it does. Job done. And the pence works exactly the same way, with the fact that you've actually got fractions of a penny. We have a quarter, which is 1 farthing. A quarter of a penny was 1 farthing. Half of a penny was a halfpenny, and then 3/4 was 3 farthings, not surprisingly. So this far right hand display register here is fractions of a penny, and it's great because they actually are in fractions. So if we press the farthing, it comes up with a quarter. Press the half, we got 3/4 of a penny. If I press the quarter again, that will give us 4/4, which will give us 1 penny, which should again reset this one and increment that one. There you go. The pennies, again, you have to remember that there were 12 pennies to a shilling. So we've got 1 up. So if we add 5, that's 6. And we add 2, that's 8. If I add 4, that will make 12, and that should reset this column register to 0 and increment that by 1. And there you go. That's all there is to it. It's as simple as that. And then of course you can keep going, and it just keeps the total running. And it works. I've tried all of the keys, and it's everything works superbly on it, faultlessly. Okay, let's take the cover off and have a look inside. Right, well here it is with the cover off. I'll just let the turntable take it round slowly so you can have a good look at the innards. Obviously very complicated, lots of levers and arms and linkages, gears, cog wheels. It's quite impressive beast. Disassembly is very easy. You just have to take the little arm off of the reset lever, and then there are 4 screws underneath. You remove those and you can lift the cover off, and we'll have a look at the cover in a minute. But I just think this is just an amazing bit of technology. Like I said, depending on the gear sets that are put in it, it will do different things. Just very, very, very well made, all metal construction, obviously. Let's stop it there and close in on the gears. I'll just press some of the keys so you can see it incrementing, and then we'll reset it. There we go. As I said, very, very impressive bit of kit. I didn't mention the weight earlier, I should have done. It weighs 9 pounds, so it is not a lightweight in any shape or form. Bring it round to the end. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, amazing bit of kit. Right, let me get the case. We'll have a quick look at that, because it's a very nice casting. Yeah, it's aluminium. I'm assuming this would be die cast, most likely. Very, very good casting. Very good. Very nice. Very nicely finished. Yeah, someone's done some work on that. Right, let me put it back together. So there you go. The Bell Punch Plus Adder Model 509F. I think these are fascinating machines, and they're well worth a look. I also think it's amazing that this thing has survived possibly 80 years and is still in perfect working order. It's a testament to the design and the construction. So there. I hope that, as always, you've enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers!